Hey, how's it going? This is a tutorial just aimed at beginners, people who are new to Vim, new to Linux, or maybe just looking to make Vim more powerful and switch away from their IDE like VS Code and IntelliJ. There's other options for installing plugins. You could use pathogen or vundle, but we're going to use vim-plug in this case. Let's just install Vim real quick. This is a brand new installation of Linux. Using Pop! OS, which you can see in this terminal right here. And as soon as Vim's done installing, you can see we're on the vim-plug GitHub page, installation Vim. For a Unix system, this works on Arch or Debian based systems. We just paste that. And then go down here and it'll show an example Vim configuration file. It's going to be your vim-rc, which you're going to make in the home directory. So I'll just place that right here. We can copy a few lines. And then you can just place in the names of your plugins, which we'll see if we fix this URL. There you go. So if we found this plugin, for instance, on a website like Vim Awesome, it would eventually lead you to a GitHub page where you would have something like this, the author title, and then the name of it, and you can just paste that right there, throw your end quote. Same for Nerd Tree, which is a file explorer for Vim, so definitely something you're going to want. And then we can map our nerd tree right now, since it needs a toggle button. And just like that, if we go plug install, you can see that those two are done. Now if we :Q to quit out of Vim, open Vim back up, you can see we have this nice little greeting menu that has our most recent files. We can open an empty buffer with E. So if we hit 0, it'll take us to our vim config file. If we had, for instance, a file on our desktop, oh, I tried to use NeoVim. Nice. There we go. And say we just put a bunch of stuff in here. Well, as you can see, we're not in the desktop directory, but if we were to open Vim, it would just have all your most recent files that you've been accessing. So it can definitely help your workflow a little bit. I personally like it. If you're looking to clean out your Vim plugins, you can go plug clean, but first, let's remove our plugins. DD. Then if we open Vim back up and type plug clean, it'll ask you if you want to delete those two directories because it no longer finds them in your config file. If we hit Y, remove two directories, Q to exit out of that, :Q to exit out of Vim. Open Vim back up. If we hit F6, you can see that no longer works, of course. So, of course, I'm in my home directory already. Alright, so now that those two are back in there, we could once again go plug install, and boom, we're back. Once again, F6, you can see Nerd Tree's opening back up. Okay, yeah, and of course, as of Vim 8.0, you are able to natively install packages, but I find that it's a little more complicated, and this is minimal enough that it's not really going to impact your system in any way. And I think for a new user, this is definitely a bit simpler than doing the native package installation because you're just putting the files in your directories effectively, and it's not very messy, but this is just even cleaner somehow. And yeah, if you're looking for other plugins, you can go to a website like Vim Awesome. There's also websites that'll help you configure your vim-rc, or you can find people's GitHub files where you can find their vim-rc, so you can have something to go off of or just outright copy somebody's configuration. But yeah, on Vim Awesome, you can find specific plugins. You can see nerd trees there. You can get syntax highlighting. You can get parenthesis matching. A lot of things. But yeah, so that's about it. The instructions are very, very similar if you're using NeoVim. The only differences are that you're going to run this file instead of this file. Instead of this one right here, you're going to run this command. Oh, okay, yeah. And then the one thing is that it's going to be your in-vim file is going to be first off in .config, and then you're going to have to go make directory in vim, and then go into that folder, and then you're going to have to make a file called init.vim. So it's not called vimrc. Once again, this is for NeoVim. If you're using Vim, the video ended 30 seconds ago. But so this is where your configuration file for NeoVim would be, and you would use the exact same text that we had in the vimrc file.